Ding. Alright. Well, hello. Let's make sure everything's rolling here. How you guys doing? Welcome, Cookie. Everyone else is joining in. Welcome. Whoop. Let's see. How we doing? Okay, good. Welcome. I've been okay. Getting down to the wire almost with my, day full-time. Not really. The place that I go to for several couple hours per week. If I'm doing trophy engravings. Because I'm now in this weird transition period. Welcome, Judd. Where my college, my second college, is coming up at the end of August. So, but they want to do a student orientation a week before. So it's like I have to. That's like they said that's mandatory. So I was like, okay. So that starts the 25th. So it's getting right down to it. I'm just in this weird transition now where it's like I have to buy all the stuff. I have to buy the classes for college and then try and wrap up everything at work. Still not quite done with writing up a quick start guide where I want to make a sort of manual type thing. Because I'm literally the only one in an office who knows how to use my machine that I've been using for the last 3 or 4 years. So if I leave, they would have a harder, much harder time of knowing how to engrave correctly. It's an old style, you know, diamond head engraver, but no one really uses that anymore. That we have, we've had jobs where people are just like, oh yeah, you know, do you even, you know, they don't even consider that, oh yeah, maybe you do have that older style where it's actually literally engraved, and then they rather just have it lasered or submated or UV'd and everything, where the rest of the team knows how to do that. So it's like no one else really wanted to cross train. So now I'm having to teach one of the coworkers that. So she's doing okay, but it you know, it took me 3 years to really get good at it. So trying to teach her like in a couple weeks is gonna be fun. Because now we only got like 2 weeks or so left to actually do that now, up until the 22nd. So we'll see. I'm just nervous about that now. But now we're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Boop-a-doo. Welcome, Judd. And let's see. To Edgy. Welcome, welcome. Video game is postponed. I think I talked about this a couple weeks ago. The last stream of me working on the game is the last time that I worked on it. So for the snowball game, there's been no progress since then. I should get up my screen so I can see. Hang on. I know you guys can see it, but I need a second version of it. Where I am. Okay. Yeah, it'll be postponed until after Derpy movie chapter 8 or whatever I called it. There we go. Mario! Peto! Alright. No, you're good. I should take off the other Joy-Con. I got like both straps on. Ugh. There we go. Just gonna single wield this instead of dual wield it. Got a mouse pad. Got my Wii. Let's see. So trying to set up just a little bit here. There we go. I know. Yeah, it gets upset if I try to lift up the Joy-Con up. It's like, where's the... It's required to use the mouse for this. Don't think I did all the... Oh, I made them small. Yeah. If I touch them, it starts the game. So I'm just gonna go through all... Oh. Was this like Dig Dug where I can drop the rock on them if I time it right? Watch out! Oh, okay. Oh. 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 Oh no. He's watching it. Ah! Oh, you got it in the Discord? I'll check real quick. Already got it? Sure, Tent? Fan art channel. Hello, fan art. Oh! Ah, nice. If you guys want to see it too, it's on my Discord channel. That looks pretty good. I like the is Derpy trying to ward off the army of little Yoshis. Oh, that's cute. I love it. Whoa. Train. Just getting swarmed. Look at all the things. Oh, I love this music. It's weird how I don't think this main theme is in the default, in the music section. It's got like a Mario World one, and a lullaby, and something else random. But it doesn't have this theme as one of the default songs. That was weird. Can I click the day? 8 is nothing. I don't know where to click. Do I have to unp it and then click A? There we go. Yosh! Watch out. Ooh, can you ride him? Welcome, Ruben. You real world. Wow, it wiggles. Yeah, good to see you. Welcome. I clicked the wiggle button. Ah! Stop it. Ooh! Got the nice jazzy credits roll now. How long does this go? So actually like a lot of them. Yeah, today we'll be working on, I think last week what he suggested, I heard a suggestion to do something with Sunset Shimmer. That's why she's in the thumbnail. It's going to do something with that, and I think I'm going to animate it. I have an idea. I've had a whole week to think about it, so I know what I want to do. Have a little Sunset Shimmer, and then like have her horn do some magic or something. We'll see how far I can, yeah, it's a Jed's idea. Special thanks to, oh, it's not me. I love when they say me as the special thanks. Oh, who are these people? Maybe they're the testers? They have that many testers? Oh. But here we go, that's some Americans. Maybe? Yeah. Well, half in there. Okay. Can I can literally draw in here? Oh, I didn't know I did not know about this one. No one ever gets to this part. Yeah. What's TM do? Or I have to turn off T? I don't think that does anything. You can't get down bottom there. Okay, Mario, come back. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, stretch. Warm up. Yeah. Yeah. Is that possible? Okay. Do. Let's change the music. How do I do that? Didn't really use this software, but I kind of looked up videos and watched different people using it, so I'm more familiar with it. I also read through the, let's change it to Simple Monkey. That was fun. Bonk. I do have the Nintendo guide. We'll probably pull that up a couple times throughout this. I know. But yeah, I got the nice PDF of the Nintendo Power American Player's Guide, basically. So, I showed this off last time, but I think didn't understand it as much as before. Canal of Graphy. It's actually near the end. There's actually like real like advanced tips. I was like, oh, okay, paintbrush, cool. But later on, it's like you can use the stamp as a way to make a custom stamp, and then you can make custom lines, and then you can use that and then copy and paste that and make a whole horizontal line that's this color with this kind of texture. Ooh, you can also dither it, and it's like, whoa, whoa. It's like, okay, it's like I want to focus on today. It's gonna be animation, which isn't gonna be like, you know, what you guys are used to. Nothing, you know, nothing even like what I make for my animations. It's gonna be little flipbook kind of style things. It looks like. I don't know why this PDF is very bleedy. Like, oh, the colors are. It looks like all the pictures are like dipped in water. Like every page has been like water damaged. I don't know. At least the text is good. So, okay. One of the great creative tools in Mario Paint is the Animation Land feature. That lets you create real animation. In a few easy steps. But before venturing into Adventureland, you have to know the basics. Like, what is animation? Next two pages should get you started. And there are a few more in-depth looks at what you can do later in the guide. Okay. Everyone recognizes frame animation in Disney movies or on Saturday morning cartoons. I can zoom in a little bit, but then I kind of lose my 2-page spread. I guess I can get rid of that. How do I get rid of that 2-page spread? Do that. And then just zoom in a lot. And then have it not be centered. There we go. Is that better? Still pretty small. I can get it wider. Gotta work with my 4:3 aspect ratio. With my whole screen is a little bit narrow. But not everyone knows how it's actually made. Actually, it's quite simple. Copilot, no. I just highlighted, then it's just like, hey, like a Clippy was like spawned out of nowhere. Hey, looks like you're trying to highlight something. How about you ask Copilot and understand what you're just trying to read? Woo, God. All right. Animation sequence is composed of many frames. Each frame has a still image, but the image is slightly different from the picture preceding it. Sometimes. I just added that in because, like, you know, if you do it on twos or like certain things aren't really changed. But I guess for an animation, I guess it would change, but not necessarily. Otherwise, you get like, you know, Scribble Vision, like Ed and Eddie, where every single frame basically has a new drawing to like every. Looks like their outlines are kind of wiggling a bit, or like whole movies in that kind of style. But that doesn't necessarily mean there's a new pose, but whatever. Each frame has a still image, but the image is slightly different from the picture preceding it in the frame that follows. For the wings of a bird in flight, frame 1 might have the pointing down, frame 2 horizontal, and frame 3 pointing up. As you can tell from these pictures, when all the frames are shown in rapid sequence, it gives it the illusion of moving image, like a bird flapping. Okay, so Mario Paint lets you put together up to 9 frames of animation in a sequence. There are 2 important things to remember when choosing a number of frames for animation. 1, more frames means that you can have a smoother, more realistic animation sequence. I mean, it's just, if you have less, then it just narrows down how far you can go while still maintaining a smooth arc. You know, if you only had like 3 frames, you'd be able to only move your arm, you know, in like 3 positions. But if you had 9 frames, then you can still do the same upward arm rotation, but able to have more in between frames. So, 2. As the number of frames in the animation increases, the size of each frame decreases in Mario Paint. So to animate a large character, you can only use 4 frames. Okay. Smaller characters can be animated in 6 or 9 frames. You can also create simple animations with only 2 or 3 frames as shown here. Yeah. So we got a little like dippy bird duck doing something. So why is this 2? But this is 4. This is 6 and this is 9. Trying to figure out the difference between this 2 and 4. I mean, I can see like they're two similar pictures. Like this was similar as that. That's the same as that. But I guess there's no 2 option. There's only a 4, 6, and 9 option. So what does... Well, if it's times 2 here, then... That doesn't mean it's the 2 of the pictures. Yeah, there's only 4, 6, and 9. So I don't know what this 2's doing here. So we're going to ignore that. But we can see that these are individual pictures. Whatever's going on with this guy's nose. And then... the path. Second part of animating characters in Mario Paint is path control. Let's reconsider that bird mentioned above. The bird may be flapping its wings like crazy in your frame animation, but unless you use the path control, it won't actually get anywhere. The path control lets you plot a course for your animated character to follow. We'll also show you how long your path can be. Like when Mario is shown below here. Once you choose a path and activate the animation control, your character moves across the screen. Doesn't make sense when we do it, but it's... Yeah, if I only had this to read, it's a little confusing. Like, what is this? What? Like, you got these frames, but then you actually go into the main canvas, and then you can move that GIF, basically, and then move it across the screen. And then that becomes an animation, I guess, with more of a background behind it. Skipping. The path you created on the board does not have to be connected. Okay. Path you create on the board does not have to be connected continuous line. You can create path segments all over the board. Watch the 0 to 100 meter at the top of the board to see how long your path you can create. Look at these guys. Welcome over. I'm reading the manual for the animation to figure out the animation stuff. We're gonna do a sunset shimmer thing, but I'm trying to figure out how I want to go about it. So I have an idea, but I guess we can figure that out together. Or you guys can help me like figure out which one, if my idea makes sense or not. Animation. Some types of animation work better than others, given the number of frames available in Mario Paint. Right. For instance, in the sequence shown to the right, the animation of the man drinking a soda. Ah, soda. Welcome, Eric. How you doing? You'll be here for a little bit. Okay, I'll try and skip through all this manual stuff. Like a soda can be repeated endlessly, and it seems to make sense. The animation is logical. Because it kind of like loops in a looping thing. Where he pours the soda into the other yellow shirts guy's thing, and he drinks it, and he's like, heh heh. And then he can just start over, and he does another sip. Yeah, he sets the glass down and it's filled, and then the second animation does not have a logical loop. Once the glass falls off the table, how does it get back onto the counter? Before creating your animation, consider what action you want to occur, and if it has a loop type animation or a single sequence animation like the falling glass. Yeah. Yeah, you can only have... This is the amount of frames you can have per stamp sort of thing. Because you can use like 15 stamps, I think it said. So... we're out of there. But yeah. So you can imagine each of these being its own stamp thing, and then you can have its most of 9, but then the stamp size actually gets smaller, like the canvas size. So... so something like this would be pretty big, because that's the smallest amount of frames with these 4 frames. So it'll be the largest amount of pixels canvas size. So... yeah, stamp animation. So using stamps to create your animated characters have several benefits. For one thing, the images won't seem to warp or flicker. What? Which can happen if the image on one frame doesn't exactly match the following frame's images. Stamps also let you create characters detailed right down to individual dot. So what was I doing before? Oh, we were in animation land. Now we're using custom stamps. Okay, so animation land has that going on, but a stamp, animated stamp. How does animation custom stamps? Okay, that's what I was thinking. I read the 15 custom stamps. Okay, so stamps and animation land's different. Maybe Cookie can help me. I don't know if Cookie has done any of the animation stuff yet. Using the custom stamp feature, I guess that's different. You can create a stamp for each part of your character and several stamps for each part that moves. Excuse me. For instance, if you want a character to raise his arm, yeah, you must have 2 stamps. One of it lower and another one of that. You're limited to saving 15 total custom stamps though, so you must be efficient. Here's like a Street Fighter guy, and they can do some stuff there. Yeah, some chicken ancestor and Simon got out. Okay, so I think we'll figure it out. I'll just keep reading. Up to 15 custom stamps can be saved. Mario Paint, hit the save command, then choose a location for the stamp in the top palette. Okay. Yeah, the stamps makes more sense. I'm just not sure about the animation land. Seems a little weird. After saving each stamp, use the load command to reveal all your save stamps. They appear in the top palette and can be used like the move cursor. Okay. So here's your special stamp section. Oh, you can also clear it. This command clears the stamp drawing board of all painted dots, like inside of this canvas. It's like the sprites you can drop it. Okay. I remember from the NSO trailer, they did that with like a Dr. Mario scene, and they had like one of the viruses moving around the screen. So maybe I have to check that out to see if it was a custom stamp or an animation land. This window at the top here shows the actual size of the selected stamp. Interesting. So it's gonna be really small. So if you wanted something bigger, then I guess you use animation land. But these can be reproduced in any other, like as a stamp inside of the main thing, no matter what. But I guess animation land stuff is isolated to just animation land. That's why it's its own land. Yeah. The stamp drawing board is much larger than the actual size, so it's easy to see the tiny details. Transparent versus white, yeah, whatever. I got that. Creating character stamps with grids. Huh? You can draw characters dot by dot from your imagination or use a grid technique to see where you should place different colors on that stamp drawing board. Since stamps are composed of 16 by 16 dots, a clear grid of 16 by 16 placed over a photograph. Remember that? Remember photographs? Picture or even a still image on the television screen can be used as a drawing template. This is for kids in the 90s where they would have, you know, graph paper, I guess. You would tape it onto your television set. You can take any black and white grid to your local print shop. Wow, to have a transparent grid made. Yeah, this is 92, 93. Yeah. And we got some Chun-Li thick dyes going on action there. Alright. Modifying stamps. Oh, we can make Mario into Luigi. Change colors, change expressions. Okay. Oh, you can use many of the existing stamps in new ways simply by making minor modifications. You can change the stuff. You can save these modified stamps as custom stamps for later use. Wow! Character size. Okay. I have some super blur Polaroid for you to. Well, actually, in the later sections, I'll show what the contraptions that he had to do to essentially what I'm doing now with my HDMI. Right now, I just have, you know, the switch into an HDMI, and then you guys can see it. But I'll show you what the 90s version of that is. Character size. In animation sequences, character size is dependent on the number of frames. 9 frame, you can only have at most 12 stamps in each frame. I don't understand. 4 frame animation, you can have up to 35 snaps? Wow. We'll figure it out. This is efficient, but this is bad. Yeah, to think about where you want the character to use the least amount of boxes, I guess, because like this little bit's not really useful if you could just boot them over here. Yeah. Okay. Place the pre-drawn straps on the head. Add a background. We'll probably be doing this, so I'm skipping over this for some reason. Yeah, because I want to show like way at the end. Ugh. Look, it's Michael Jackson. Yeah, to get into like more fun stuff where you can actually make things. Here, let's Nestor. That'd have been before. I looked at this right before, so let me see if I can zoom out a little. Go back to 2-page up. Because I want to find a picture where they... Yeah, there's a lot to this. I never had this. I never had the guide, obviously, to go with it, but... Scrolling through here is much more nostalgic. There it is! The contraption set. How to record your letter. So... Good old 90s tech where, you know, you just can't take... you know, screenshot of it with your phone. Instead, you have to, where do I start? Okay, good question. Lay out a plan in storyboard form with your number of scenes like to include in your video letter. There was like a Nintendo Power contest. But yeah, make the connection. So, you want a TV with your 3-colored cords into a VCR. You got your SNES here with your stereo AV cable. Put both of those into a VCR. Connect your video camera with a cord also into the VCR. And bada boom, you got it. Now you can record your camcorder video into your VCR to record your TV from your SNES. Normally when you use this, SNES runs directly in your TV. However, to capture your Mario Paint images on videotape, you need to route your AV cable through your VCR. When you have connected each Mario Paint scene, transfer it to videotape. I don't know. I was just scrolling through like the whole thing to see what the rest of this was like, and I just stopped at this and I was like, yeah, you guys probably want to check this out. Anyway, okay. I'll probably dabble and then dive in here. Let's see. Bink. There we go. Okay. We good? Alright. We can draw. We can draw. Nice. Alright. So yeah, now I only have to worry about just a little gamer box into my HDMI with the Switch 2 and we're good. So all I have to worry about. I don't have to connect my videotape and VCRs to do the same thing. Jeez. Hi Eric. Let's see. 450 for sure you might get money. When it's 500 is a little much. Well, any game that you want to, you know, you gotta add on like any game that you want to put on to it as well, like Mario Kart and you want like the Donkey Kong and Dragon Drive. Dragon Drive has a, I think right after I'll probably finish the stream and then there's a demo for Dragon Drive. So we'll see see how Dragon Drives do. It's got the hybrid mouse controls and Wii Sports kind of style where you use the controllers and lift them up and pretend you're a basketball player. How do I get to anything that I just saw? What does this do? Cool. Letters. I think this is either the... Okay, here's the special stamp. How do I get to... If I wanted to get to... This... Okay, here's the animation land. Here's a little robot. Here's what we saw. So this is... So you gotta study first to figure out what in the world I'm looking at. It's made for kids in the 90s, but I don't know what I'm looking at. Okay, so here's the sizes. So we could either have the large size with 4 frames, or 6 frames, or 9 frames to do an animation. I guess we can just try this and see what we get. Okay. Uh-huh. I'm just confused on like how these are different from the stamps, because like they're just custom stamps. And that other one, that actually gives me a much, I guess those are much smaller? Did these become like full size when we're done? And I guess this is 1, 2, 3, 4 frames. Yeah, what should we do? Any ideas from you guys? Like a 4-frame animation thing? Obviously not too tricky. Maybe we could just use stamps. For now. Let's see. Bouncy ball. We're gonna do sunset as our dive. Right now I just want to see how this works quickly. That I would spend forever on a real project. Bouncy ball? Okie dokie. See, that's not gonna be... That's gonna be that non-linear thing that they were talking about. Well, I guess we could just go up and down. Just straight up and down. We could have a bomb that's in 2 parts, maybe? Let's see what we got. Oh, actually... Oh, it's a full thing. Good. We got Rocky Bomb. There we go to Mario had to be stamp. I got bomb. Okay. Skip your over the horizon message. Let's see. Okay, cool. So I guess we can start from the top and then beep, 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 but then it has to go down. So it needs to be in 4 frames. It's a little tricky. Maybe we could do it in 6. Yeah, let's go back and do 6 frames. Yeah, this might be easier. Because then we could do 3 up, 3 down. Beep, 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 beep. Or maybe 2. Just trying to plan this out. Beep, 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 beep. And then right before it, so I can go wow, wow. Yeah, okay. So we'll start up here. Right in the middle. Bonk. And I think I can grab it. By selecting this. Copy. Paste. How is that? How do I move it? Where's my select the move tool? What if it's like a box select thingy? I guess this one? Or maybe I can... It's not like I could just drag this guy. I don't know. Maybe I can undo it and then erase it? Nope. Alright. This is why we dabble before I actually try to do anything too big here. Now I'm not worried about trying to make this perfectly fine. You know, spending a half hour on these drawings and then like realizing, oh wait, I did that all wrong. So I think I have to erase the bomb and then instead do something else. And then go back to stamp. As I don't know where my left and right now is. There's no onion skin, so it'll probably be a little bit off. I don't know. I think it's too close. Yeah. Instead, we'll do maybe center, lower, bonk, and then maybe bonk, and then bonk, Bonk. Bonk. Okay, I did it. How do I watch it? I did it. Mario? Oh. Well, I don't go back and bomb it, right? What's this? I think that makes a new page, like it'll erase it, right? Okay, so I went back, made the size, I could do the path, or I could do the animation. Here's the path, look at him go. What? We just put him over here, I guess. What? Animation? Where is he? There he is. What? Look at him go. Now he's quick. Whoa, look at him go. Bonk, bonk. Wow! Turbo! Wow! Okay. Yeah. So that's probably the basics of this. Bonk, bonk. And I was using my regular screen, I guess, and I can do the frame thing to prosper that and cinematography that. Look at that. Wow, wow. Let's see. Like a friend of me. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. Not sure about next week. We'll probably do like a poll at the end to decide whether or not we'll do more Mario Paint or something completely different. So stay tuned, I guess. Yeah, you take care. Thank you. Okay. So let's see. So we figured out Animation Land. The path's a little weird. Because I didn't want it to have it move across the screen. So I guess I could have instead, well, I could add piano. Alright, go back. If I go back here. Now my the bomb animation's gone? Was that only for that place menu? But I can go back here and watch it with the... Yeah? Okay. So I gotta go back into Animation Land if I use an Animation Land thingy. Sure. Oh, okay. So I guess if I wanted less... Excuse me? So what was it? This was Animation Land, right? And then this is the custom special stamp. But it looks like a custom... Oh, that's right. So the custom stamp's only, I guess, 16 by 16 is what they said. But if you want to do the Godzilla one, then... Or anything too big, like bigger than that. Bigger than this size, literally aspect ratio size, then you gotta like use more than one. Oops. Let's put a big O X spot there. Let's save it. Oh, I get it. Save. Now I'm up here. Cool. Okay, so I saved it. I go back out, and then go back to my special stamp menu. There it is. Look. Now it's a stamp. Yay! I can draw with it too. Whoa, okay. And I think it retains the color that it is. Like, I don't think I can make this black or red or blue or anything else. You can make some cool shapes, though, with it. Neat. That's how you make something custom with that. So this isn't great for animation as much as I thought, as much as this being literally just a stamp thing. Okay. So custom stamps I thought were going to be more animation friendly. But this is more, you're just adding like a brush thing. I think I can swap this into, instead I could be in stamp mode or I can be in draw mode, I think. And still use the same, yeah, check it out. Now it's a mask thing. If I start drawing with it, now it's a whole pattern now instead. So if I made something smaller or something, then I can use this as a reveal-y brick texture type thing going on and reveal it as a thing. So in case you wanted like some sort of texture, like maybe like scales or some sort of whatever kind of design thing you want. Guess that's cool too. And I think if you have it where it's not in the right place, you can use the grabby hand and like select it. And then I can move it down here and be like maybe off the grid. Yeah, so it could be off the grid then. And have that as its own thing to move that there. Okay. It just doesn't move or animate though, is the one thing about it though. But it's cool, it's a custom stamp thing. So the animation line is gonna be the cool thing, but if I want anything, problem is that if I want it to be big, then I can't have it have frames. But if I want it to animate smooth, then I have to have, can I only have one thing animation? Just trying to figure this out. Let's go back to animation land. So maybe we can add more than one. Will this add on to what I did before? Oh, here, well, ugh. Huh. So I can only remember one? Let's go back. So if I go 9, what happens? Huh. Okay, so you can only have one animation land per save file, basically. Unless you, like, reset the game console, I guess. Or delete this somehow. Okay, so that limits somewhat what I was thinking, but it's not bad. But it is pretty small on screen, so. Okay. Yeah, I'll just lay out what my idea was. I'm gonna clean this off. Oh yeah, I gotta go to explode bomb. Erase. We do one of these special ones. Hi. Okay. Idea is to have, what's the color? Just have her like here, have sunset. Is that right? Yeah, sunset shimmer. Have her here, and then have her horn, and then have her here, and then have little twinkles or something, like little magic bits, and then there's gonna be these little magic parts here that are going to be animated, and then have, I'll just explain my entire idea, is that I wanted to also the cutie mark of her to also be here and have this kind of like, maybe kind of rotate or do something. Have this kind of flip around or spin around or something. Do like a 3D rotation. So have like your cutie mark go here, and then we have little sparkles and stuff, and then she would do that, and then like she would have her eyeballs here, and then she would be able to blink or not, be able to just have like a blinking section. So, but if it seems that animation land is limited to that little section, and you only have one, I guess we can try doing 2 of them and see what happens. So we can go back to one of these. I guess, how do I save it? Or I guess this is saved. No, you go back to the main, yeah, get rid of, yeah, you get out and then you save it. And then set up a path for it. And then you view the animation. So here's this, which is kind of cool. Let's just put it on 1 pixel and then view the animation. Yay! And we could have bombs, sunsets eating a bunch of bombs. Whoops. I looked it up. So the cutie mark is sending out bombs, and then sunset's getting berated by a whole parade of bombs. Okay, let's say I want... I guess that's it. I guess animation land is literally just... Iconic character trait of eating bombs. It's so iconic. Look at her go. Nom nom. It's, I guess you can layer it as much as 2 layers, I guess, where you can have a background layer and then whatever you want to animate, but only that's, it looks like that size of where, you know, probably that the, even a 4-frame one. Is this the 4-frame one? I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Yeah. So even this biggest canvas size, it doesn't fill the whole. Okay. Whoa. It's lagging there. Yeah. So that was the biggest size, and it takes up a 4th of this screen, I guess. And then a 6 is a 6th of the screen, and 9 to 9. So, but if you do 9, then you can get more frames, but it's just smaller in scale, and then so you just gotta have better planning, I guess. Okay. And if you get out of animation mode, then you get animation land, and you get back to just your regular old drawing. So, okay. How should we do this then? I guess we could just prioritize. I don't know. I guess get rid of the cutie mark and just have her using little sparkles, or I guess we can, it might be large enough to maybe cover her blink? Maybe we could do a blink. It's kind of lame. I don't know. It's Mario Paint. What do you, yeah, what do you expect? Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll see how that goes. How's that sound? Just kind of simplify it to just be a blink or a wink, maybe. If I use maybe 6 frames, that's probably like the middle amount. You still probably have to just be about this size on screen. You saw those bombs were pretty not that big. And then it does use transparency, I think. So I can just cover her whole face and then have the eyes on there. What The wink would be easier, and then we can have it be smaller, maybe, of just one eye. Just have like whatever, probably like the closer eye, I guess. Have the larger eye be 6 to 9 frames, and then we slow it down with the time scale, and then have it be pretty smooth of it, closing and opening. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah, thanks for that. Okay, so we'll get rid of you. What's a good one? I don't know, there's not much going on. What's this one? It's still going. Hey. Okay. So, let me pull up I have a reference of my pony. Bink. Okay. What's with the little snowman? I mean, she's more of an in-between orange and yellow. Probably that I just can't have every RGB under the sun here. Okay. Because you gotta think, guess she's gonna be orange coat, red highlight, and yellow highlight, and then some other kind of green color for eye people. So you gotta consider how big the wink should be able to just kind of cover her eye. So does it start from the edge or the center? The edge. Okay, it's not what I expected. Ah! The edge, so that's here. Can I go this way? I think I can move it. That's thick. Okay. Okay. We're already using tools. Does this work? I think I could just move her up here. And then I just erase it? I don't know. What am I doing? Okay. Ah. I don't understand the circle. Whoa. That would be easier just by using a circle tool, but I don't understand how that works. I just want it. Oh. Where does it start? Oh no. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Anyone who's not a VOD watcher has to watch his. It's for the center. Okay. It's just so laggy and weird. So I guess I want the center. Huh. Here? No! Okay. We'll try a couple more times. I might have to just give up and draw it freehand. I was holding my breath. Okay. Close enough. Okay. It's kind of high because I want to add a lot more details, but I guess I can figure that out. Meh. I want her lower. Ah. Okay. So I guess we'll start lower. Oh. I know. Lower. Taller. Taller. Well, make do. Alright. Fill. It's paintbrush. Okay. Now we got orange. Uh-huh. I guess I could draw maybe a horn. Like horn's kind of in between. I don't know. Okay. Just wanted to see how thick it was. I actually had an ear first. That's red. Wanted orange. This is why I wanted to just dabble so I can not have to worry about what I was doing. And now I'm freaking out trying to do this. It's not that big, is it? Now I'm getting self-conscious of being like, no, that's wrong. If I use white and then eventually color the background in, is it gonna kind of break it? Like this will be white or something? Like at that section? I think white is a different color from the background. Close enough. Okay. Yep, this will be sunset. I want to like, I'm like physically rotating my wrist to like rotate the Joy-Con to. And it's like, that doesn't do anything. I guess that's kind of what I do when I, you know, draw with a pencil. Is that I kind of arc my hand or like kind of rotate my hand, but it doesn't do anything with this. So. No. So don't stay there. Ugh. Okay. Pink. Eh. There's no... Well, yeah, there's a race. There's Lily Race. There's Lily and Eraser. Okay, here we go. So I can kind of carve it. That didn't do anything. Oh. So I'm gonna just erase some of these guys. And then erase this guy. Ugh. No. Ah. Okay. Moving on. We will... I guess get her hair in. This won't be hard. The Sunset only has the most complicated hair of all the horses. Okay. We'll just have to freehand this. Okay. Hopefully, pink, pink, pink. It's missing a couple pixels there for some reason. Okay. Let's get a draw the basics of it. How is that? It's made in different sections here. Okay. It's not that bad. So far, right? That's pretty good. Okay, okay. Let's try to back main. Punk. Yeah, it's like Sunset when she hit the beach a little too hard. She got a little sunburn. Okay. Okay. I know I only got the red part, but I'll add the yellow section now in. Whoops. Yeah, little Phil guy was like, wait a minute, I already did this. Boop, 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 boop. We can add a neck. Okay. This wasn't so hard. Alright. So, where does it kinda... Okay. Uh-huh. Welcome, Mike. I'm building up a sunset shimmer here so we can animate it, hopefully. How you been? Hopefully not as stressed out as I am right now. Trying to get this. How's this? Is that part? That part? That part? Yeah, that's sunset. Yeah. That's coming together. Okay. Backy part. Okay. 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 There. Yeah, it's got the squint test pretty good. Okay. Let's draw the features. So what we're gonna do is have a sunset wink. So I think we don't draw the other eye. Instead, we'll just draw it in the animation land. And then we draw her other eye here, I think. Because I could draw it with white. And then draw us. All we gotta do is just draw a circle. It's pretty good so far, thank you. Not bad for all the, you know, handicaps. Either way, whatever is going on here, where I have to use a Joy-Con 2 mouse, left-handed with this mouse controls, MS Paint style thing going on. So, not bad considering all these weird hurdles that are drawn at me. But yeah, let's draw the eye here. What is this color gonna look like? Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, that's a good one. That'll be the features one. So we can put that in as the ear line. core line. Oh, got a little too far. I gotta stop holding my breath when doing this. Okay. So I could just add it. Fine. After all that, I'm like, I don't need a line there. Need to add a thing in there. So we'll add her nose like that kind of thing. Guess I could add her nostril line thing. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta like stand back and squint and I'm like, yeah, fine. Okay. This one? Yeah, okay. I could cheat into another circle, but I don't trust circles now anymore. A little square. I can just fill this. Or not. There you go. And then pen. Yeah. Go back to the skin color, and then I can try and route it out. Yeah. Just got these dark green eyes, I guess. I guess you can look at us. I can kind of like not fill it in, and then that can kind of like add a eye shine. Yeah, just go ahead and fill it. Black eyelash. Okay. So what we're gonna do is go into animation land, and we're gonna add another eye. I guess I can test it by drawing one frame of it, seeing how big it is, and then see what I need to do. And then, because I'm gonna go to animation land, which means I can't see what this is. And then, yeah. How many frames? We probably do 6, but we probably can figure it out too. So go to animation land, do 6, and then we'll clear these out. Does this work? Jeez. Okay. Okay. So let's put a circle in. Obviously, if I put a white, I won't be able to really see it, but I need it to be white. Unless I put orange on top, but then it might get too close to the other one. I don't know. Let me do this. Let me do a test. I can undo these later. I just want to see how big this will be. And then I can make different sizes and then kind of test to be like, oh, the one that was on the purple frame looked the best. And then I can go from there. So I can test now by doing a couple different shapes. So this starts here. So I can make a big circle. Maybe like a smaller circle. Smaller circle. I guess that's fine. And then animation or path. Whoa, check that out. Pretty cool, huh? Looks like smaller the better. So maybe in between the two of those might be good. Okay. Okay. So somewhere between that and that. We know that this one's a little too big, so we can probably just erase that. Well, how do I... Okay. Let's just go for it. Okay. So what we'll do is erase them all and then start over. And we'll see. That's fun. Let's see what happens if I just do a circle, fill it in, and then put an eyeball in it, and then we'll see how that looks. So we'll need probably like 2 open, close, close, open, opening, and then close. So maybe that could be close, close, half open, closed, half open, more than open. Getting closed back to open. Okay. So somewhere in the middle and not that big. Something like that. Okay, we don't even have anything. Right, let's put the path in the right place. Oh, I got so scared when it lags. Okay, I just put 1 pixel for it to exist in the right place that I want. So I make it slower. It'll either be stuck on that 1 for a while. It's a little big, but I think it's fine for our purposes. I can either make her outer eye a little taller or something, so it'll work. Try and match it out. Okay, so. Oops. I'm gonna go to, what do I want? So we gotta draw this out right. So we'll fill it with white. As you can see, I fill this. Okay. I might have to draw it like this and then erase the orange later. Okay, I'll need another circle. And then just kind of carefully draw something like that. Back, fill. I guess we can also add the eyelashes. Okay, so that's some anticipation of like a look Bowsy. I would have to do it with more frames, I think. What the heck is going on? Okay. So right now it's not quite set up that well. Okay. So it's not bad though. I was out to make the other eyeball look good. And it's technically a blank. Okay. So what we're gonna do is copy this over. I guess each of them could be part of it and then just slow it down maybe or something. Or have 4 frames of it open and closing and then have 2 of them be fully open. So on this one, draw. I use an eraser, small boy eraser, and I kind of want it curved a little bit, so I can go and start lower it and kind of do a gross arc. Try that again, one more time. Okay, and then now everything above it will also be erased. Okay. Okay. Orange. This might work. Ha ha ha! Like a dream. Okay. So. We then move the eyelashes down. And then, yeah. Get rid of some of these. Okay. So we went from an eyeball, now we're slowly closing it, and then next one will be more closed. And then this will be fully closed, and then this might be about the same as that, so we might be able to copy that, and then this will be a copy of that. So we'll just need this to be halfway. It's like about a sliver more, I guess? Yeah. Okay. So copy. Yep. And copy, paste, and then do the same thing. But now she closes this way around. Okay, and then basically now fill this with orange. And then remove the eyelashes. Ugh, couldn't go up. Something like that. And then that's it for that. And then copy this over here. Okay. And then this will just be a black line. And we'll move those out of the way. Move the eyelashes out of the way for now. And then we make this into a black line at the bottom. No. Undo. Draw. Welcome back. Hopefully this makes sense of what I'm trying to do here. Making a blink animation for, well, I guess it's a wink, we said, for sunset. Then fill this back out. Yeah. Okay. Welcome placeholder. How you doing? It is a little hard to use. Well, animations, I'm seeing the limitations. I read the manual. I guess you could do it more like a flipbook. I've seen videos like that where you would have full canvas size, and then you would take a screenshot, delete it, make a new picture, and then take a screenshot of that. So, but the way that I'm doing it is that I want it to be, the limitation is that I can only have like one element really animating, so. Yeah. It's not bad, but it's like, it's definitely limited in what exactly you can do. Whoops. Oops, what? I'm getting only stuck with that one. That's not quite what I want. I want to copy, paste. There you go. I'm using the Nintendo Switch 2 online version, so I'm using a Joy-Con 2 to play this. I think that's it. We'll see how this works. Let's bomb it and then animate it. Yay! At least the animation works. So I just have to remove the orange block around it, and that should work pretty well. See what kind of... Actually, that one was pretty good. A little fast. 8's pretty good. Okay. So I don't think I could just say, hey, orange, would you like to be deleted, please? I think I have to do some other tricks. Might have to just manually go around carefully. Yeah, so it's good to see someone new. You're always welcome here. I added the orange because I, you know, otherwise I have the white at the edge. There. So I might have to carefully now just do this, but it's kind of fun now to do this. Is that bigger? Oops. So I technically only made like 4 frames, but so that means I can then copy those ones, the last 2. 4 and 5 are the same, so I can, once I get done with these ones, I can go back and copy those. I think it was just like the big edge of it was bad. Let's see. Introduce the Mario Paint animation, Homestar Runner. I've watched a lot of Homestar Runner. I didn't see any Mario Paint things. Or were they like parodies or videos about Homestar Runner? Homestar Runner was animated in Flash. I'm just wondering if they had like a special episode that I'm unaware of where they use Mario Paint or something. Is this like early YouTube days or something, or not even on YouTube? That's close. I'm just scared. Okay. So I'm gonna select whole frame, pink, punk. No? What? Oh. It's not. Alright. Guess we'll do it the long way. Okay. Did a couple of Mario Paint animations in the 90s. Later called Strong Bad is a bad guy. Interesting. Yeah, I definitely gotta catch up on all that. I wasn't like there to like watch them, you know, like day 1 or anything. I think I got introduced like to Strong Bad like way later. They had like a WiiWare game. Something I kind of learned about them from that. And kind of got interested in watching a couple episodes, but never really got into it much. As much as I should have. Not sure why the copy paste here didn't work, but now I just get more time for me to jabber on about stuff I never watched. If I had anything else, like a different design or something, if I wanted to do like the sparkles like I wanted to do, then I wouldn't have to do this step. Or if I didn't want to have like a white on white edge here, then would have worked a little better. Yeah, this is where like other programs might be a little better to use, because it's like, can I just please just highlight the like a magic wand kind of thing? So like, can I select these colors and just kind of erase it? Okay, good enough. Punk. Let's do the path. My arm's tired. I think there's 1 pixel I didn't get. Yeah, I have to be a little more careful because her hair's in the way. So I have to get a little closer. Okay. Where is the magic pixel that I missed? There it is. Punk. How did I miss that? I think we were saying that we need to make it a little closer on these edges. What is that? Looks cool. Thank you. Okay. I should use something else because I was like, I gotta choose something else as I was messing up. So I'm left-handed, so it's kind of not quite in my wheelhouse to use a mouse in my left hand. I grew up using a mouse in my right hand. I've always used it as a right-handed thing. Then I always drew with my left hand. So this is like a weird, like, this is wrong. It's like, why am I using my left hand to use as a mouse to draw with? It's like, wait a minute. Good enough. Ugh. Animation. I mean, I can go back and like pixel perfect it, but at this point I don't care enough. Yay! Okay. Not bad. Oh, I'm too tired to fix it. Look at her go! So I just got one eye that's like really like, I got something in my eye. Can't get it out. Ugh. Can you get help get it out? Yay. See, yeah, that's the problem, is that there's only one animation stamp sort of special thing you can do. You can do what am I thinking of? The custom stamps, but the stamps aren't animated. But that's how you get like really really perfect and complex pixel art. So oh well. But yeah, this is not too shabby. You know, I'm obviously doing this live and streaming and doing this on Mario Paint with my gotta all factor into some sort of limitations to all this, but won't make that my excuse. As peer through here, yeah, like an anime thing. Anime has that technique where they fully draw the eyes, and then it's like, well, I guess his hair kind of covers it, but we care more about the eyes anyway. Not too bad. Got 10 out of 10 across the board. Thank you. Yay. Thanks so much. Wow. Yeah, if I spent, you know, a couple more hours, I would have cleaned it up and a background or something, but for now, this is good. I think this has been going on long enough. Hopefully this is more than 30 seconds. I can do a video. Yay. Took a video of it. You can see what my other one looked like. This is my first one. Check that out. This was yesterday's stream where I was trying to figure out how to use this software at all. Worked out pretty alright. That was my dabble, and then I dived into this. So got a little better since then. Try to figure out all the different tools and using different things, and use the stamp at the bottom there. Can I use this? No. I can. Try to use a stamp for the Yoshi, like an airbrush thing, and then using a cool texture for coat, I guess. Little different textures there. But yeah. And then today's looks more like a Mario Paint thing than this one. I don't know why this one doesn't look, to me it doesn't look like as much of a Mario Paint image as much as this is. It's like weirdly more crispy. Just like she's more crispy bacon than than the other ones. Yeah. Sunset never met Derpy? Well, I think they would have been at the Crusher Girls, like all the special mini episodes, I guess, or some of the later movies. But yeah, they never talked to each other, but I guess Derpy was in like the camp, you know, and like stuff like that. Woo, woo, woo. But yeah, they were there. They were together. Ah. Yay. Okay. Honestly, I'm too tired to do anything else, so we'll go ahead and create suspend point and save it. And yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's go to Twister time for a bit. How long have we been going for? Get the music on. Maybe a little louder music. That'll be good too. There you go. Is that too loud? Okay. Let's see. That's my audio. Let's put that over there. And let's quit the game. There we go. If you gotta go placeholder, that's fine. I usually spend like another 10-20 minutes just chatting with you guys now. If there's any other discussions you want to talk about, we can just kind of shoot the breeze, I guess. To talk for a little bit more. But you're free to go when main content's done, but I can just talk with you guys for a bit. As I reset everything here. But yeah, looking at the... I'm gonna go back. Yeah, looking at the Nintendo Power Guide for this. And seeing what they do. So there's actually a lot that, you know, they set up. Oh yeah, there's a whole music section too. We didn't even do any of that. But yeah, sometimes they get much more complicated. There's a lot of ideas. I guess they had a MPTV contest. Wait, double animation? The alligator scene, Steve animated both the bird pecking and the gator chomping its... The scene first shows the bird feeding on the alligator's tongue. Definitely dangerous territory. Then the feathers fly when the massive mouth closes on the unfortunate bird. Is that in... Well, that's in 2 parts, though, right? Yeah, no. Now you make me think. Like, what are you doing? Because I guess they're using the VCR as a way to cheat with using more than one thing going on. Because that'd be like an 8-frame thing if you added all the frames there. So I guess you have the bird pecking somewhere in here, and then you have a different picture of the background with the crocodile's mouth closed, and then little feathers fly out. That doesn't mean that it's using 2 sequences and then changing that back to back, right? It's essentially doing like 2 different, completely different things, like 2 different artworks, and then just kind of mashing them together. And I guess with the magic of VHS technology, video technology, you can just edit that together, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of little fun bits and inspirations. Reminds me of the Animal Crossing Nintendo Powers. Remember getting that, where it's like have all the clothes pixel art for the first GameCube one. Did they even have ways to like play Mario Chess before that became a real thing? Because they did make a real Mario Chess. What is even this? It's so water damaged. Can't even tell. What's this? Mario Chess is played like regular chess, except that you have 2 warp zones? Whoa. That take pieces to small size boards? Whoa. In addition to the stamps shown below, create a gray square with a white square with black borders. So these are like inspirational ideas and things you can do. Like you make your own games sort of in it. You can create custom stamps and then I guess put them onto the board You can play games, but then how do you erase the characters? If it is chess, you would have to erase it and then put the background back on it? Because you put it on there, then it'd just be on one layer. I don't know. Yeah, I got all these, a lot of great ideas. Never seen anyone actually do any of these though. Some stamp gallery, we saw some of these. But yeah, there's a lot of little ideas, and it shows you, you know, you got a higher resolution to be able to be like, oh yes, 1G, you put a green dot, and you just paint by numbers. You'll be able to use this as a template and then just kind of go through it pixel by pixel. Get a huge one there. We're gonna move. Okay, this is what I was reading earlier. It was like, what do you mean there's special techniques that are... I have to learn these too? We can make custom stamps that are essentially making custom brushes. We're putting like... Because you can use the custom stamps and then use a brush tool and then draw with it. So if you use different types of colors and textures, then when you draw it with a pen, then it'll use that as, you know, like a small pattern, and then you draw with it and you get a cool texture color pattern to it. So yeah, you know, people think that Mario Paint's pretty simple. You know, it's like, oh, it's, you know, it's simpler than Kid Pix and, you know, all those 90s kid art things. But check this out, you know, this is in the Nintendo Power Guide, you know, from '93. So that you could do all this stuff, you know. More complex than Toon Boom. Yeah, but these kind of brushes, actually, some of them are, honestly. Yeah. Wouldn't go that far, but definitely it's like, whoa, you know. It's getting up there, actually. You can probably compete with it. Yeah, you can use combining all the tools and make different techniques. It's like, you know, when you have Mario Maker, and it's like, oh, well, you can just make a easy Timmy level where you just spam a bunch of stuff or put a couple of Goombas on a platform. Or you get into like this kind of advancedness of like, well, you get into those calculator Mario Maker levels, you know, where you start to combine techniques and not necessarily all the glitches per se, but just like using combinations of stuff or making creative use of what you have to then use that as something else and then using that as a technique. So yeah. Yeah. So I guess you can use some of these as custom, what was this name? Stamps. Oh yeah, this is try this at home, kids. If you like to try recreating one of your drawings on Mario Paint, but think it might be too complicated, try drawing this transparency. Try using this transparency technique. Put the transparency or light tracing paper over your drawing and trace its outline. Now tape that transparency over your screen and use the outline as your mouse's guide. Bleh. Did anyone do this at home? Then you draw it out and then tape your paper on top of your screen, computer, I guess TV screen, and then use that as your custom stamp drawing thing or something to draw it in Mario Paint. Did I ever do that? No. I did have a couple like SpongeBob coloring books, and I would try to get really into like, oh man, like getting the right yellow, you know, using the right crayons and colors. I did like do a bunch of like crafts for like different holidays, you know. Made a lot of like little puppets and little shadow puppets. I think it was a lot. Yeah, I was into the shadow puppets as a kid, where like you would cut something out and then use a light and then project that shape onto a wall and have little cutout things with fasteners and sticks and stuff. I had a lot of fun with that. Didn't do that though, whatever that was. Hello. It's more custom. Oh, you can mix colors. So it only has 15 basic colors, but you can use different shades by making stamps using a couple of different colors and dot patterns. So by making a stamp with certain, yeah, that's cool. Different brush strokes, different brush lines. I mean, yeah, just I got to this point, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. What's this? Using the airbrush. Oh, we didn't use that, but we can use the airbrush and then with the stamps. So the stamps are where it's at. Or if you make a custom stamp and then use the airbrush, then you can use the stamp's texture as your airbrush and then get different effects. Yeah, you can make a whole landscape and then using those airbrushed stuff going on there, make that look really cool. Wow. And it just keeps going. There's a lot of stuff in here. Wow. Yeah, let's do a poll, I think. Now that everyone's gone. How many people are you? I want to check. I should probably go to end. Then I can check. We'll wait for that too. Mario Paint next week. Yes. Or maybe something else. If we do it next week, then we can choose maybe do a Bob Ross, maybe do a air paint thing that I was saying, make more custom stamps, maybe do some music. We didn't really do too much music. So we can try that. Try and compose things. I know today was just about animating, but you can see how complicated that was. So you can expect like any of the other stuff we do will also be really fun. Let's see. It's about to finish that. Well, yeah, I'm dressed for it, so yeah. Like I say, we got 2 votes in. So I'll let that go for maybe like another 5 minutes. But yeah, there's just a lot. You can see like the Nintendo Power had a lot of ideas to springboard off of. Obviously don't want to just recreate those verbatim. But yeah, we'll see. I know that next week will be the YouTube age verification thing. So we'll hopefully I'll see you on the other side of that. Where I don't know what it'll mean for live streams, but I know that if the AI robot thinks that you're a minor, basically, starting August 13th, YouTube has a thing that's gonna roll out, and it'll have an AI robot determine for you whether or not you're an adult or not. Why is it not just a, honor system thing of like, hey, I literally am an adult, please, let me just turn a button on my own whether or not? Can I, at my own discretion, tell you? Instead, they're gonna have an AI robot say, erp, we think because of factors that then you are, just based on your YouTube stuff, I guess, determine whether or not you're an adult or not. It's weird because they also said a statement that's like, they did a frequently asked questions thing, to try and explain it. And they were like, yeah, if you watch, you know, kids cartoons or kids content that would, you know, content that would be age demographically, you know, targeted towards a younger audience, would that, you know, make me, would the AI then think that I'm a child? And it said no. It said, I forgot the verbatimness of it, but it's like, basically, if you watch Pokemon, Roblox, Minecraft, etc., we understand that's for everyone. That is, that, you know, kid stuff and, you know, everything is kind of general audience, you know, so we won't factor that in. I was like, okay, can you, you know, use that logic for, you know, the made for kids stuff? To say like, hey, I'm making pony content, should I be afraid that my cartoons will be set to made for kids then? As YouTube has said itself that it thinks that kids type content is for general audiences. Why do I then have to also say myself, you know, the made for kids stuff? Like, it's getting snowballed into itself of like, well, because we have rules, we have regulations that are set by EU and other stuff. It's like, you know, all these different laws are just kind of like fumbling onto each other. Now it's just making a mess where it's like, well, we have a made for kids, you know, YouTube Kids, which is where all that stuff should be. And it's like, okay, so what's the problem with having kids on YouTube? Because it'll like limit, if the AI says that you're a minor, then it'll limit a lot of stuff. It'll even like set all your uploads to being unlisted or private or something. It'll like private all your uploads if it thinks you're a minor, and then pretend that you're a YouTube Kid kind of account, and then take away a lot of features. I don't know if it'll be the extreme of like what the made for kids account stuff will do of like turning off comments and other stuff where like you can't be able to comment on a video and upload certain stuff. So it's yeah. But because we have that made for kids and now we got this other age verification thing now kind of conflicting onto itself, and then none of them were really thought through fully. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Yeah. Anything famous out of video, but it sounded like that. Yeah. We're cooked either way. But the good thing is that I'm like gonna be 30 this year, so in a couple weeks. So I'm thankfully safe from at least that point of it. Still don't have to worry about that, but still have to like still be mindful of like, you know, whether or not I guess I'm making my cartoons too kitty. It's got bright colors and cartoon imagery. That means it's made for kids no matter what. But also, you know, flash forward to now, it's like, well, you're making a thing that's made that's using characters and bright cartoons and stuff. That's for general audiences, so don't worry about it. Sorry, I don't know what to think. Either way, yeah. So I can pull it on that, but you guys can find that too. Age verification Minecraft. Well, I'm looking at the internet and it's like how to bypass YouTube's verification in 2025. Yeah. What like the official statement? See if I can find that. Got to go to YouTube. How did I find it? I must have had it like some other social media or something. If I go to YouTube, can I find that thing? Or was it an email? I don't know. It's all confusing now. There's too many buttons to look at. Bright Eyes video remake has been into children's. Yeah, Minty Roots got the bad end of it. Let's look that up. I know we did the director's commentary. I watched through that. As an animator, is like, oh, that's cool. I'm sure for everyone else, it's a little too techy. I was very surprised to see the feature-length director's commentary for a 15-minute film. The director's commentary on the Bright Eyes and the Thunderclouds is an hour and 40 minutes. Meanwhile, the actual film itself is 15 minutes. But Minty Root spends that entire time explaining how coolly animated things. Which is fine, but it's like, okay. It's not much of a director's commentary as much as a retrospective kind of explaining, like, look, I did this in this shot. Look at how I did this in this shot. Like, literally, like, stopping every frame to be like, aha, I found it. Yeah, the original, the actual short film is made for kids. Golly. Which means there's no comments. So even if you're an adult and want to comment on it, you're not allowed. Nuh-uh. Golly. What I thought was happening is that the titles or some sort of metadata or some tags in there or something. What I thought was happening was that most of them had My Little Pony da-da-da-da-da as the title. And so that would obviously be a very easy thing for an AI to be like, oh, look, I am looking for, you know, cartoons. What cartoons are in a database? I guess My Little Pony. And it's like, burp, burp, that's a match. Made for kids. You know, just strike the hammer on that. And it looks like the full title of the Missing Out is My Little Pony, Missing Out, one of those vertical lines, animated film. So it's like, the robot will be very, very, would find that video and be like, huh, is this in, you know, the cartoon list that it would know? And be like, yep. You're kind of spoon-feeding it to the robot to say, when your title literally is My Little Pony Missing Out animated film, and then to be shocked when it's like, whoa, wait a minute, how did the robot find me and then think that it's made for kids? So, at least I've, you know, knock on wood, I've been fine. I think I had like one video from like 2013 got made for kids, but everything else has been fine. I mostly get I've done too many music videos, and so those got copyright hit. That's before I realized I had to, you know, not do that. I think I wasn't getting monetized, so I was like, whatever. But now I am, and now it's like, oh, can't get money from those music videos because I'm using the literal audio. But yeah, to have Minty Root do that a couple times and put My Little Pony into it. Well, the Bright Eyes doesn't have Pony in it, but they would have, the robot would now be on their radar to be like, ah, Minty Root user makes Pony content. Is there anything else in the Bright Eyes video that makes me think it's a Pony video? And it's like, yeah. So, any video? Yeah, I just said that. Seem to be fine. We'll see though. You know, I haven't posted a video in a while. I guess my latest video was the Derpy school date thing, and that's been fine. That uploaded fine, but yeah, nothing more recent than that. So we'll see. Now that everything's in flux now, you know. Now everything's, you know, the whole age verification will now put all the sensors onto all of it now. Excuse me? So, yeah. Not sure about that. I'll look that up. What do you got there? Re-upload. Ah, cupcakes. Okay. The videos by them are in YouTube Kids. You're saying Smile HD, which is, there's an 8K version? Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. So the original Cupcakes HD from 13 years ago. Looks like it's not. But I imagine like some of the other ones would probably be done. But it seems the 2012 Cupcakes HD seems to be not made for kids. But yeah, I can imagine some of the other ones might be though. We'll see. Looks okay. At least just a couple that I looked at immediately there. So maybe there was enough traction that they were like, yeah, our bad, and then reinstated it to be made for adults, I guess. What's the alternative? I don't know. Yeah. And it's like, obviously it's a UK law or some European thing that's going through, and all the other censorship nonsense that's going on too, with all that Steam and itch.io and apparently some other stuff too. Is getting hit with all this censorship, and it's like, is it good to do it now? Or should we be doing this big, huge, wiping off stuff? And it's like, it's the internet. Like there was Nintendo had, there was a Switch emulator, like Yuzu or something, that would like really good at emulating Switch 1, and the project that they had was with the Yuzu, and they made it open source, and so Nintendo was like, wait a minute, we don't like, you have it as emulator. How about you get rid of it? Can you get rid of it and not sell it or whatever? And they were like, we're not really selling it, and it's open source, and a million other people would be able to have the source code. So, but they're legally required to then take Yuzu down off of their official website. But before then, I guess someone got the source code, so they were just able to re-upload it and recall it something else. So I was like, cool. Crisis, not really, what did that do? Stuff on the internet never goes away. Messages to not upload things that you would be regretting. They always say like, oh, you'll regret it in 5 years. Make sure you don't regret it the next day. Or even like an hour, Yeah, just be careful what you post online, because someone's gonna have some sort of backup on it. It's weird now of like how strong it's getting immediately, with like a whole big push to do all the censorship stuff, while it's it's a little 30 years too late with internet stuff now to be like, hey, wait a minute, maybe we shouldn't have this kind of graphic content available for everyone to be able to download, especially pay for, I guess. But it's like, if you wanted that, wouldn't the people who would be against it, have a bigger voice to go against it in the first place? Like, why now? It's just a weird thing. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys on the other side next week. I don't know. I'm such a mixed bag where, I could be watching pony stuff, and the next thing, watch, I don't know what I was watching. I don't know. Kind of got into Futurama this week. So, just watching a bunch of clips this week. I haven't watched the actual cartoon in a while. It just got some YouTube shorts, and it's like, oh, okay. You just watch one short for a little bit too long, and then it's like, hey, how about 10 more exactly like it? So I just fell into the Futurama hole. But it's like, yeah, that's not made for kids with all the kind of jokes that are in it. So I was like, okay. what will the, you know, algorithm think that I am, you know, because I'm such a mixed bag of, like, I watch, you know, from Dora up to, you know, Rick and Morty, you know. Will it think I'm an adult or a child who, you know, should be supervised? I don't know. I don't know myself. Yeah, we'll see. Unfortunately, the poll is split, so it's literally 50-50 with 8 votes. I was gonna leave now, but not sure now what we'll do. But there is enough people who want to do Mario Paint that maybe we'll do that and then we'll move on to something else next time then. How about that? Unless the vote swings the other way or not. So, but yeah, I don't know. Question is this video gonna be YouTube Kids? No. I think when I do, well, especially when I do video uploads, if I do a straight up video upload, there is a checkbox, or now there's like 3 screens of it, to be like, is this made for kids? Click. Does any of these harmful topics appear in your video? No. Click. Is there any minors who might be appearing in it? No. Click. And then it gets uploaded. For every single video, you have to do that, and like it's a whole process. You know, notwithstanding all the titles and metadata and descriptions and thumbnails and blah 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 blah. But for streams, these get immediately sent to being VODs, and it's automatic as a video, so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, none of my streams have been made for kids, and none of them have been explicit either, so I'm just kind of in a general audience. I guess I can check real quick, but yeah, nothing's been outstanding in that way. How would I check that? That would be in my studio? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's a good question though. Yeah, check my studio and see. Is there a way to just search by made for kids or not? Because that'd be easier. I got copyright, which is a little different. Oh yeah, there's a whole thing where I can see whether or not people are re-uploading my videos or using a portion of my videos from other people. And I can see whether or not those are getting a lot of views. So that's great. Good for them. Let's search by... Oh, here we go. Oh, there we go. Yep. Okay, there's a filter for made for kids. Made for kids, set by you. Set by YouTube, not made for kids, or not set. Let's do both. Or maybe it's set. Oh, the filter is trying to say and? I want it to be either. Let's do it by YouTube then. No matching videos. I'll just show this real quick. Yeah, so made for kids, set by YouTube is this little character saying no matching videos. If I go to woo, did you see it? Set by you, it's the same person. So allegedly I'm fine. Not made for kids is in everything else. Nothing changed. And then not set, nothing. And then age restriction, viewers over 18, no. But copyright, I got a lot of those. Yeah. So it's all fine, I don't know. I mean, they're all my videos or whatever. But yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, these are all the videos that I have, like music videos where it has audio from something. So these are all videos that I had where they're partially blocked, but like I used some audio in it from something So all my Weird Al songs that I use the audio from Weird Al, I get partial. So this just means I just can't get money from it for like a lot of these videos. But other than that, yeah, so all these are like super old, like 2014 and 2013s and a couple others, 2015s up to 2017. So I haven't done, I guess I'm fine with music videos because that's the last one I think I did in 2017. So I think I switched over to making my own music since then for all that. So yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, just switching back. See ya, Cookie. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for hanging out and helping me with how to set up the sunset animation. Next week, who knows? I'm evenly split between doing Mario Paint or not, so we'll hang out for another little bit, I guess, until the heater swings or not. Let's see. If I like Star Trek, no. There's a new web series called Star Trek Continues. Is it animated? I know there's like an animated couple series, Star Treks. Never got into that. Looks live action. Fan-made web series, 11 episodes. He said it was new. I'm seeing that it's from 2013 to 2017. It's not endorsed or sponsored by nor affiliated with CBS, Paramount Pictures, or any other Starfights franchises. It's fan-made. Interesting. Okay. Looks like it's taking inspiration from the first 60s series. Interesting. Welcome, Mario. How you doing? I guess we're talking about Star Trek right now. If that was you who voted, thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. Yeah, I've never really been into Star Trek. I've been more into Star Wars, but even then, my Star Wars has just been the 9 movies. And even then, it took me forever to even watch. Like, there was I remember when Chapter 7 came out, I was like, cool, whatever. I was so ambivalent towards it, where it's like, I guess that's cool with Star Wars 7, which is like the New Hope 2, whatever. I was like, yeah, I can wait on it, whatever. And then during my first community college, I had like a film class, and we were trying to figure out like what kind of like theme or anything, what should we do for our film thing. We can make our own film thing. It's like, oh, what cool. What do we do? And it's like, oh, let's do Star Wars, because the new movie just came out. And I was like, oh, okay. I haven't seen it. And then everyone turned to me, and it's like, what? You haven't seen the biggest movie ever in the last whatever? I was like, yeah, no, I haven't seen it. So they were like, okay, I got the Blu-ray. You know, some kid was like, yeah, I got the Blu-ray. I'll just bring it in. And so we just, the next day or so, just like sat down and just watched the movie. And I was like, cool, okay. I don't know. It was all right. Definitely got worse over time. It was 8 and 9. I was like, I'm just watching this out of pity. You know, just watching them and just thinking of it as like the like with the MS3K, the little puppets that like make the jokes as they watch the movie. I just treated it like as just watching it like one of those guys and be like, yeah, this doesn't make any sense. Especially 9. I hated the Wayfinder where Ray finds the doohickey and like the profile of the little dagger is like in the shape of like a rock or a spaceship or something. And I was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I was like, just completely just if I could have like ruffled, I would have just ruffled, like rolled on the floor laughing, just like I couldn't take that. That was yeah. Oh my god. Anyway, so I don't know anything about Star Trek. Maybe I'll give that a shot if these are better. Oh boy. But what's the cartoon one? The Star Trek cartoon. Is there like a 2000s one or something? Is there like a Flash one or something? Oh, well, yeah, there's like a 70s one looking. It's like a Hanna-Barbera kind of style. Whoa. Some of these are also fake. Huh. Star Trek, the animated series from the 70s. Okay. I just saw a picture and was like, yeah, it looks like 70s cell animation. Maybe we'll start with this. I don't know. Is this animated series canon? Looks like it's got the real live actors in it. Cool. Who's it by? NBC, right? Okay. After the cancellation of the original series, the live-action show proved popular in syndication and generated significant fan enthusiasm. This resulted in Juan Mary's decision to continue the series in animated form. Cool. With the medium allowing for spectacular imagery and non-humanoid aliens that the series cannot practically depict. And it returned with the voices of the characters from the Dao show. Cool. I think I heard about this, but yeah, I just never gave it any time of day. It looks cool. What was the other one? Lower Decks? I don't see it exactly, but I think that's called. I felt like that was too pessimistic or something. I was like, I don't want to watch that. If you have like two main characters that are like just bickering and like nothing gets done, they're just getting upset with each other the whole time, it's not that fun to watch. You know, you want your heroes to be somewhat happy about being there. I mean, you could definitely have like a naysayer in the group, but it's like you want to even it out, you know, with having more positive characters. Yeah, let's wrap up. Okay. But then say see ya over Horizon. Thank you, though. See you next week. Yes, and not tomorrow. I might post my Patreon post to show my progress on the Paper Derpy movie, Chapter 8. I'll show off what I've been working on. Started to do that now. This will be my first post on that to say, look at me, I'm still working on stuff on my Patreon. Please join as a paying member. That'd be nice. But yeah. So I'll wrap up a little bit on that to get that to look nice when I do the post. And I guess next Saturday. When is that? Just the 16th. We're good. It's still moving. Got 11 votes. And it's 60%, 64% on Mario Paint next week. So I'm gonna end it now. Beep. And there we go. Thanks everyone for voting. People who don't want to watch Mario Paint next week, I'll try and make that the last one. And then we'll move on to something else. I don't know. But yeah, we won't extend it to be, you know, the whole month or anything. We'll just kind of wrap it up on the last one there. So we might just do music next week and then maybe a little Bob Ross or something. Do those for like an hour each or something. But yeah, thank you guys. We will do that next week. So take care until then. I think I can grab my hand. I cannot. Anyway, I'll try and wave to you. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, I hope to see you when I do next stream. Look out for that Patreon post. I'll try and get something new for you to entice you there. Make it spicy for you. But yeah, thank you guys either way. Yep, see you. I'm trying to find a button to take me out. I'm trying to stall till I find a button. Okay. Yeah. Take care, guys. See ya. We'll do the finale, I guess, of Mario Paint next week, and then we'll do something else after that. So, thank you guys. All right, bye-bye. See ya. Bye-bye.